Hello Scorpio, welcome to my channel, Love It or More. This is your April 2022 forecast for Sun, Moon and Rising. We will start off with a sound bowl just to cleanse the energy and tune in. So if you'd like to take a nice breath in and exhale. Okay, Scorpio, let us see what April has in store for you. We're doing 3 rows. The first row will be your current energy starting the month of April. The middle row will be anything that's unseen, any challenges, obstacles, surprises. And the third row will be the outcome for the month of April. And I will be cutting the deck. Current energy, the star. What's unseen is justice. And the outcome is the world. Ooh, reaching the end of a major cycle in your life. Big chapter, goodbye chapter. Let us clarify with the gilded. I have to take that one out. Actually, it's a 6 of Swords, which is moving on to calmer waters. Okay. Right. I'll put you over there. Okay. 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, Strength, 9 of Wands, Justice, twice, Knight of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, oh, bottom of the deck, the Emperor. Okay, so you start off the month in a really positive position because you've started, it feels like you've been through quite a heavy time and now you've shifted gears into feeling more faith and hope for the future. With it comes a lot of cleansing, a lot of healing, okay? The star talks about, in a way, wish fulfillment, wishing for something, hoping for something, and when the star comes up, it says yes, 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 yes. So just hold on to the faith. And the things that you're hoping for and wishing for is to do with elements of where you've been feeling either short for cash, or feeling a little bit isolated, neglected, left out in the cold, okay? And you're starting to see with the 5 of Pentacles, you see every single card in tarot or oracle cards will mainly have more positive or negative connotation, but it really depends on how you look at it, because most of them will be pretty ambiguous, you know? Now with this particular card, the 5 of Pentacles shows 2 people outside a church and they are, you know, they're begging. They're at that point where they've been left out in the cold. But for me as a reader, either I see this card as more of a darker energy, where you are sort of feeling really, really darkened, or my attention is brought to the light that's shining out from the church, meaning that there is an offering, there is guidance, there is support out there if you just, you know, offer your hand and ask. Okay, so the reason I'm saying all of that, because there's certain things that will jump out to me as a reader, but the reason I'm saying that is what I'm seeing there is where there has been a bit of darkness with regards to either finance or isolation or neglect or feeling unseen, unvalued. I'm more focused, I'm picking up on that light. So that's where the star comes in. You're starting to see the positive. You're starting to try and look at that, okay? which is a really positive thing because it means that you are instigating that, you're instrumenting it, okay, you're orchestrating it. Okay, there is also the Star of trying to be in that Queen of Wands energy. Now, the Queen of Wands energy is that feisty spirit and making stuff happen, okay? Using all the resources that she's got to go out. It's like a go-getting attitude. It is almost even entrepreneurial, but it's not the King of Wands. The King of Wands is more leader, right? The Queen of Wands is kind of like, that's kind of step forward. She's sort of running around making things happen, and she is blunt about it. She's got that willpower, that drive, and she does it. And then we've got Justice leading on to Justice there, okay? So we do have Justice coming into balance here for you, okay? So where you've been feeling a little bit kind of left out in the cold, Justice is coming in to sort of balance the scales for you because you've invoked that Queen of Wands. So we've got these two cards that are complete opposites in a way, okay? They feel like nobody cares, okay, and they don't have enough. And she's like, well, I don't care what anyone else thinks. I'm going to go out and make that happen. Now, that would be the balance of both those energies. That's why it's come up with the Star card, because actually positive always outweighs negative, because positive is proactive, it creates, negative diminishes, you know, reduces and takes away. So positive will always, even if it's balanced, positive will always outweigh negative, okay? Now, the thing that's unseen to you at the moment is there's going to be quite a difficult conversation that you have with someone who's very close to you, okay? We've got the Two of Cups energy here, which is a beautiful card, really, because it talks about either a romantic partner or someone that you're really, really closely towards that you haven't been able to sort of speak to properly. You haven't been able to speak on the same page. And I do see that this coming together equilibrium in terms of one person speaks their truth, the other person speaks their truth, and for the first time in a very long time you're starting to see things from the other perspective. You have open communication, open understanding, but it will require strength and courage to do so, okay? And I feel like it's one of those conversations that you have struggled, you've maybe tried to avoid in the past, but it needs to happen. The time is perfect for now. The energy is supporting that for you now. It may put you outside of your comfort zone when you need that sense of strength, that determination, that courage, that bravery, okay? But you've also got to ensure that you tame your inner beast with that, okay? Which you do have the full reserves to do so. So there we have pure balance, open, honest conversation, okay? And what it then requires as a result from this is the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is kind of a boring energy, but it is that action orientation of just plodding on and getting all the details sorted, okay? Not details necessarily with regards to sort of paperwork, although it can be, but it's like making sure you leave no rock unturned, get it all out there, okay? Like deal with the small details. If you deal with the small things, the big things will fall into place. So it's like a ticking over energy, just making sure you get all the boring stuff done, because that will then support forward motion. And that's also to do with the sense of balance, the sense of open communication, knowing now, okay, you know where you stand, the other person knows where they stand, and now there's things that need to be dealt with, okay? With the World card, you're reaching the end of a major cycle in your life, okay? Now, it's a kind of a double-edged sword for you, because on one aspect, you're quite excited about the future with the Knight of Wands, okay? Getting out and making stuff happen. You feel quite excited about it. And on the other side, the flip side of the coin, you feel like, oh God, I don't even know if I've got the strength to see this to the end. But the nines represent numerology endings, and the world is a major ending, okay? So while it does say it will be difficult, you are very close to the finish line. And even though you feel like, even if it's work related, that you don't think you can carry on, trust me, you have the strength to do so. You've got more reserves in you than you realize. Both these cards say that you have more reserves in you than you realize. You're so close to the finish line. And then there may be an energy of when you reach that final bit of just winning at all costs, just cutting away, just taking what you need to take and moving forward, okay? So sometimes this can be quite a sharp, I would say sharp energy, because it's like, well, you reach that point of like, I've reached the point of no return, so I'm just going to cut my losses and move forward, okay? So it is an interesting month for you. You start off very strong, which is great. And because the stars here is fantastic. Now the World card is a wonderful card to have, because it's you don't reach the World card unless you've done all the trials and tribulations of that chapter, of the lessons. You've learned everything there is to learn about this particular scenario. And now that you've reached the end of that, you can see the finish line. It basically says celebrate yourself, celebrate your achievements, what you've learned, your lessons, because it's a type of graduation. Allow yourself the space and the time to reflect and to enjoy, and just to sort of recover, I suppose, right? And make those final changes, because what comes after the World is the Fool card for your next major chapter, and that sees you embarking on a brand new adventure with a lot of childlike energy and enthusiasm and excitement. Okay, so I feel like you're really picking up on it a little bit with that Knight of Wands, of like, make this happen, make this happen, make this happen. And then the flip side, at the end of the day, you've pushed it too far, and at the end of the day, you're like, oh God, I don't think I can do this. But you can. It may mean that you end up kind of just cutting your losses and just making a dash, okay, just to kind of catapult that thing further, just to catalyst it further, so you can reach the end further. But you have reached the end, so it's fine. With this card that jumped out in the beginning, the Six of Swords, it talks about moving on to calmer waters. You see what I mean about the World card? She takes the swords, which represent lessons. She only takes 6 with her onto next. She leaves all her baggage behind. She leaves in the middle of the night under the full moon, okay? Taking all the lessons that she's learned, and she moves from turbulent waters into calmer waters. And we've got a frog there in the front there as well, which represents financial abundance as well. So you are taking what you have with you into a bit more of a calmer mental place in your body, which is really nice. Let us clarify further. So it's quite a big month for you, but you are closing up certain things, and you may not see it in the beginning of the month, but after that conversation that you have, it's going to highlight full illumination. It's going to highlight full harmony and balance, because balance just is also about harmony in a way as well. It brings things back into balance where both sides are seen, things are diplomatic, things are equally exchanged and understood, and it's blind justice as well. So it removes the emotional sides of things and looks at the facts, looks at the actual facts, okay? Five of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Knight of Swords, Two of Cups again, Page of Cups, Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles, lots of pages, Queen of Swords, High Priestess, Ten of Cups. There we go. That's a pretty positive space to be ending off on. So yeah, what I was saying before about feeling kind of a little bit isolated, left out in the cold, or strapped for cash, you feel a bit torn about you don't know what to do about that. Okay, so you feel a bit undecided. Do I go down this route? Do I take a course to maybe make some more money, or do I just sort of hope for the best? I would say that under the star card, faith and hope is definitely in your favor. So even if you rely fully on that, you may not need to make anything happen immediately for that. I think that energy is really supporting you at the moment. Queen of Wands, as you get that fiery spirit now, when I was talking about 1 minute you feel like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. The next minute you feel like, oh, I am empowered, I am a leader, I can move forward. Page of Cups comes towards you, so you've got some offering that's coming towards you that activates that can-do attitude that you've been missing out on, because you don't like to know, you like to know where you stand. You like to be in control of what's happening in the future for you, because you are Scorpio, right? You are your card represents transformation in the grand scheme of things. In tarot, it's like the death card, which is all about change and transforming and moving and developing and expanding and growing, all of those sorts of things. And you've been feeling a little bit stuck at the moment, okay? But you get this offering that comes in that ignites a sense of spirit in you, in this can-do attitude, perhaps even as a job offer, okay? and then justice comes into your favor. Queen of Swords is also there. Queen of Swords talks about someone who's very kind of to the point, very blunt with their words, very authentic. It could also be an air sign in your life, okay? And it does feel like if there's something kind of a legal aspect or something where a decision has to be made by the powers that be, that information is going to come through and you're going to get all your details, okay? So it's like you're laying out all your facts and figures in front of you. So when we have justice about the situation with this open communication, again, Knight of Swords just talks about communication backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. So there may be a little bit of this tit-for-tat. Oh, I don't know why I said that. But there may be a little bit backwards and forwards until you have that, okay, now we know where we stand. All right. So this could be a business partnership. This could be a romantic partnership. This could be a friend, family. You know, take it as it resonates. But I do feel that being open for you. The strength with the Page of Wands, it definitely connects with that too, about having the bravery to do so, the bravery to be honest with your emotions and how you feel and your thoughts about things. And also the strength about kind of taking that Page of Wands. Page of Wands is, again, another offering coming in. News. It's good news regarding work. So I feel like over here you've got this work aspect, which is very, very exciting. Okay. And the question is, do you have the courage to take this? Because it may mean that you have to have a loss somewhere else, perhaps. And maybe this is the thing that's requiring strength from you. With the Knight of Pentacles, just getting on with the small details and just finalizing certain things, or basically getting all your ducks in a row. It comes with a High Priestess, and that High Priestess sometimes is the keeper of secrets or mysteries, okay? And for you, it's very powerful because you are very intuitive, okay? The High Priestess talks about your intuition is now on point. You can trust that gut instinct that you have. So I feel, again, you're going to be kind of, it's like you're closing things off. It's like you're getting everything ready for closure for the world. So it's making sure that nothing is kind of left unturned. No rock is left unturned. And because intuitively you're picking up on, well, I know that I'm coming to the end of something here. So I know I need to make sure I don't start anything new until I close up these bits of pieces. Because intuitively you're like, I kind of sense that something is going to change pretty soon. And that's why it's important for you just to kind of deal with the small details. Also, when you deal with the boring details of kind of like the mundane stuff in the work in your life, it tends to allow your mind to drift and to be more receptive to downloads, activations, intuition, because you're not so heavily invested and focused in a particular task, okay? Because the task is kind of, it just needs to be done. So I think that's really beneficial for you as well. The world, we've got the Knight of Cups with the Two of Cups here. So there could be an excitement for moving on towards a relationship. So it could either be that it's a different relationship than this one that you've had a conversation with, or it's a renewal of that one. But whatever it is, once you get to the end of the month, you start getting excited about some sort of union, some sort of connection, collaboration, perhaps even with relates to work, but something where both people feel the same way, okay? So if you reach that point in a positive way, with people feel the same way in the middle of the month with this person, then it's fantastic that leads onto that. If this situation, this conversation here ends up being, okay, well, actually you realize that you are coming from different perspectives, but you both know where you stand, you understand that, it may mean that you're ready to kind of take on something new with somebody else, okay? But whatever it is, it's like the Two of Cups bleeds into something else. So when you communicate openly to one person, it sort of gives the permission slip, the green light to be able to speak your truth and your true emotions and your authenticity to everyone else around you. And that's a really, really positive sign. Nine of Wands with the Page of Pentacles basically talks about, again, being like, oh God, can I really manage the end of manage all of this? Is basically to do with that pentacle, do with that money. Do I have the funds to make this happen? I don't know. It's going to cost me, you know, it's either going to cost me financially or it's going to cost me my energy and my time, which I don't have. But because we have all these pages along this middle section over here, it does feel like whatever offer is coming through for you, and I do feel like it could be a work-related offer, something that really ignites your spirit, okay? Because the Page of Pentacles is there, it's basically saying that it will pay off in the long term. You may not have it right now, but it will pay off in the long term. Page of Pentacles also means sometimes you get a little bit of a helping hand with regards to a bit of sort of support along the way, just to see you through to the end. And as you cut away from winning at all costs, you cut away, you're doing it because what is 100% in your area of focus right now is your ultimate happiness and fulfillment with the Ten of Cups. This talks about feeling happy and connected at home, maybe within your family, but feeling like everything is bright and beautiful, okay? And that's what you are making. It's like you're culling. You're getting rid of the things that are no longer serving you, because actually that's your focus. Moving into your next chapter, that is your focus. So we're going to end off with an oracle card just to close off the reading. We get guidance, please, for Scorpio for their highest good. You need to know, please. 3 cards again. They keep learning to jump out 3 cards, but can I please just take 1 or 2? 3 cards tends to be, for me anyway, today I'm feeling a bit too much. Thank you. Ha! There you go. Share your voice, come out the cave, persecution, expression. This is what I was talking about with the 2 of Cups energy. You've also got the Queen of Swords, which is that person who speaks their truth, okay? Speaking your truth is going to be the thing that sets you free this month, particularly this month. You've been in that little cave hiding because you've been feeling isolated, neglected, out in the cold, financially unable to do things, you know, emotionally unsupported. And it's basically saying you've been in your cave, okay? But it's now time to get out into the world, because people need a piece of you. People need you in their life, because what you have to contribute is of great importance and worth to other people. So it's time to come out and speak your truth, speak your vision, share your voice with others, okay? We need you. We all need you. You can't stay in the cave forever. We all have periods to be in the cave, which is fine. It's time for nurturing or healing and cleansing, particularly with that star card there. But once you've done that, you need to sort of go out in the world and then be the best you can be. So come out and find your voice, share your voice, because we all want to hear what you have to say. We really do. And that's particularly when you start opening up in that respect, things will start falling in your favor, falling in your path, particularly with that 10 of Cups. So that's all I have for you, Scorpio. I wish you all the best for April, and I'll see you next time.